我哋開場時做個統計，有冇唔識聽廣東話？咁樣咯。如果唔識嘅話，你就英文去啊。
好啊好啊。
識嘅話就中文去啊。
哦好啊。
I'd like to ask a really quick question.
開場前問先，開場前先問。開場前先。我原本係我哋做
I'm trying to like sit in the center to squeeze up a bit so that some other participants, some latecomers can sit at the side. Thank you.
咩啊？
結合佢做 offline 㗎啦，呢個。
聽唔到。
你呢個 offline 都冇問題啦，唔俾 level
我呢個 offline，我要 demo 我個 web page，我個 web page 喺上邊㗎，喺個 internet 度㗎嘛，所以我先要 internet 啫嘛。哦。自己諗辦法啦呢個。CSL 唔得咩 ？CSL 我轉咗台啦已經。
咁你翻去探咯。
係啊，因為我做 WiFi HK 多SDU 嘅。OK。
太多人啦。
There are some, you could do a donation outside the counter. You could purchase a t-shirt for like $300 and a calendar for, oh my God, I forgot. And for $50, sorry. Yeah, it's for donation because we are a non-profit organization. So yeah, feel free to give us some donation.
SSH 都唔得嘅。你唔使㗎嘛？
我唔使。
有冇 Webscraper 啊？
我有，其實我 internet 睇都冇問題嘅。
唔係，你 HTTP 啊 only 㗎
，Webscraper
都冧㗎。long
好。
開場未啊？
應該企定坐㗎，冇所謂嘅。哦，好，咁我企啦。
I'd like to ask a quick question. Does anyone of you prefer English other than Cantonese, or you don't understand Cantonese at all? Okay, so we'll do this in English then. And we will have Mr. Ho Wa Wong, who is a Python developer and an open data advocate, to talk about how he battled with the Hong Kong open data. And he will briefly present us with some open data backgrounds and problems that he encountered in Hong Kong. And he will also demonstrate it with some real-life examples. So try to let us know more about the problems. So may we now invite our speaker, Mr. Wong, please.
So I'm Ho Wa, and today I'm going to talk about open data in Hong Kong, but which is a sad fact that Hong Kong does not really have open data. So you may think what I'm going to talk about is really crappy, but anyway, this is how we get the. This is how what the work I have done in recent years to release more data in Hong Kong, so that we, as citizen or as a city, we can have more knowledge and we can have more analysis on Hong Kong itself.
So very briefly, I'm going to talk about today's agenda since we just have 30 minutes, and then we talk about what's going on in Hong Kong open data and why it's so bad in Hong Kong. And then the second thing would be the project I have been doing is called the GCOVHK.io, which is about the open government website open by myself. And then lastly, we talk about the test stack or the framework we are going to use in the GCOV project in Hong Kong. So I just introduced myself very briefly, and I'm Ho Wa, and then I'm a Python developer, and then I do open source software, and I'm trying to promote Hong Kong open data in Hong Kong. So try my very best to push the open data in Hong Kong, so we all know the relevance of open data. And also, I'm the founder of the website, and so let's not talk about the problem first. So everyone in Hong Kong, when they talk about the open data, they will be very frustrated or angry. They try to break their keyboards. They try to send many emails to the government to complain about the quality of the data, the content of the data, the whatever of data, and I don't even see the data. So there are many problems indeed. So there are some several causes in this problem. So the first is that the government is trying to introduce or trying to implement PKI, the public information infrastructure, but which is not equivalent to open data, which means that so it tries to release the data via different formats. For example, the JPEG, the PDF, the TIFF file, but not those geographical information system or the Excel or the open data format. So which makes things really worse, because when we are going to grab the data and then we need to do so much data massaging or data cleansing in order to get one single integer from 1 megabyte PDF. So this is really hilarious, but it happens for 10 years already. So, and the second problem would be the Hong Kong policy or the Hong Kong law. So indeed, we have open access guide in all government departments. However, the fact is, but it is just a guideline. It means that even the several department does not follow the guideline, is still fine. They won't be charged, or they won't be complained. Or yes, they will be complained, but they don't have any consequence because this is just a guideline. And then the Hong Kong does not really have archive law, and then the freedom of information law like the US and other countries such as Taiwan. So indeed, the government always has an excuse to hide the information from the citizens. So for example, when I'm trying to ask the price of several livestock since 2010, and then the officer will tell me, sorry, that we don't really have enough computer resources to produce the data. So I could not tell you the daily data, but instead I will just give you one single integer, which is the average sum of the data. You know, they're just trying to change their tradition in a very short time. So that's why I'm trying to hack all the stuff from the PDF. So we talk about the Civic Hacking. So the idea is very simple. So do more coding, involve more technology in your real life to solve the real life problem. And here in the Hong Kong, this is a very common problem that we cannot monitor the government. Because we load nothing, finally it is not in the first few pages of the Google search engine. Yeah, luckily this one you can. However, when you talk about you surf on internet, you want to look for the relevant information, you will find it at the bottom or even not visible in the Google search engine, because the PDF cannot be really indexed properly, and then not to Chinese, and then as you can see that it cannot be segmented correctly because it's just remain to be PDF, unlike other open data in other countries. Sorry. Sorry. So this is how the government office are being questioned, so they look frustrated. And then so another feature of the website will be passing the question and answer in the meeting. So for example, this is about the firewalls and the file hazard problems. So And then you have several keywords tapping, which is done by the Jeba, the Chinese NLP library. Okay. Okay, we have the very simple demo here. So, yeah, so what is it about? So, let's talk about the framework or the library I have been using. So the first one will be the Solar and the Haystack. So Solar is a very famous search engine, so help me to index the Chinese document. And then, but Solar itself cannot be called easily because I'm doing the real-time web service meanwhile. So I'm used Haystack to integrate Solar with Django. So, and the third thing in the middle of the screen is the Scrappy, which is very famous common web scraping library. So for example, if I have certain kind of government websites, so I can pull the websites periodically, and then I can get the data from the HTML by learning the DOM structure, which is very painful, but anyway, I just get the data somehow. And then we also have the very famous web framework Django to run the website, and also this is a Secant. Secant is a Python data hub project which has been running for quite a lot years. So this is the MariaDB, or I just use MySQL, and then lastly we have the LXML and pdfminer and some other pricing library. Okay, so in order to get the speech segmented from the handshake, I used the pdfminer library. So it is a very old PDF processing library in Python, and though there are 2,400 stars, however, the library is not being updated quite recently. Anyway, I can still manage to use it to parse the PDF. So go back to the PDF. So go back to the PDF. As you can see that at the left-hand side, there are many sections or the bookmark. So I try to break the speech by the bookmark section, and then after that, I grab the name from the beginning of the sentence, so I can see which lawmaker is talking about the following sentence. So after that, I turn the stuff into the Django model, and then I can put it on the website. Oops. Yes. So the left-hand side will be the PDF document, and the right-hand side is indeed the MySQL row in the database. So each section is being broken down into one speech, one row in the database. So, and then the bookmark ID, and then the primary key, and then the name of the speaker. Yeah, that's it. And then I also use the LXML library to pass the vote result from the Legislative Council website. So this is rather simple because it is relatively well formatted, so the work is very easy. Oh, the third thing would be the Mothra.io. Mothra.io itself is a free website which allows you to run Webscraper in the internet. So for example, once you have written Python Webscraper, and then you just need to sign up in the website, it will just run every day. So in here you can see that so there are two failed scraper. Let's just check out the scraper. So for example, this is a web scraper trying to crawl the RSS from the Hong Kong Bridge website. So as you can see that this is a scraper I've been written before. So what it does is very simple. It first download the RSS from the official website, and then it passed the RSS title link, and then the quality and place by the regular expression and the string processing operation. After that, I just put into the SQLite server by SQLite file by this the save command or save procedure. So this is the source link. Oh, poor me. I cannot get into the link somehow, so perhaps the website is done, I don't know. So I can go to Google, so it seems that the government has something wrong with the RSS feed. So anyway, yeah. So after I have written the Webscraper, and then I try to log into moth.io, and then it would help me to run the scraper by itself. So I don't need to provide the computer resources, I don't need to provide the storage. So every day it's just one. And after that, I can simply download from the website. Yeah, as you can see, from 2016 to 2007, yeah, I still got the data from November 3rd. So as you can see that I don't need to provide or use any cloud computer, but instead I just need to write my code in GitHub. I will just let moth.io to run my source code and then store my data. So you can also use this as the API. So it also provides an API interface which allows you to call from standard HTTP ways such as CLR or some AJAX to output in JSON format. So Django, very famous, just a web framework. I don't need to talk to it here. So Haystack, as I mentioned, so Haystack is an integration between Solr and other such full text search engines such as Elasticsearch or Wolf. So in here, I will just use a Solr. So the integration will be very simple. First, just install the Haystack plugin, and then just define an index model. By simply using 10 of the line, I can index all documents with Solr without doing much hard work. Oh, the file related project will be the Secant project. So Secant is a open data hub project, open source data hub project running in Python and PostgreSQL. So in here, I'm trying to put all the data I find in the internet or the government email. So put that, for example, water. So perhaps it take a little bit time to preview the file. So for example, I can see the historic water cost of buying water from mainland China. So as you can see, the water usage is almost the same. It just remains steady, but the cost, you can see that from 2003, it's just like 2,500 millions. And then in 2012, it is like 3,500 millions. So as you can see, the cost increased so dramatically. Okay. And then this is another scripted data I've done before. So this contains all the private building data. Perhaps it takes some time to load because they're a little bit large. Okay, I think that's all for today. So happy Python.
Thank you, Ho Wa. Are there any questions from the floor?
Just check the website. So the news is 2015. Is there no latest news on the group?
I think I should be feeling sorry that I'm the only one doing the website, so I need more power to do it. Yeah. I have tried to update the website, but it takes some time because I need to further massage the data.
Yes.
Kudos for the Civic Hacking. The issue is, so you use the pdfminer, which is a project that has not been updated. There's another library called pdfminer.
Oh,
PDF Primer, I haven't used that before.
Yeah, I mean, that one seems to be more updated. I don't know if you have considered that.
I think I will try to change the library because PDF Miner, as you can see, this is all being maintained in the last few years.
So Solar is a backend for search in your website, or?
Yes, both I think. As you can see, I put the main data in Mexico. And then for those who try this test where I cannot rely on the full test search in Mexico, but instead I just use Solar. So it's like hybrid.
Okay.
Do you have the code that you use for like the PDF miner? Because I also
That's a good question. Yeah, I haven't showed you the GitHub.
So this is the live source code, and then this is the Django API server which I try to rewrite the old code, and then this is the whole bunch of code, but a little bit messy of the website. So if you try to go to the management or the commands, you will find a file called the no handshot PDF. So in this Python script, it will try to call the pdfminer library and then pass the PDF into more meaningful information, and after that put it into the Django models and save in the database. But yeah, it does not really look pretty because you will see that I need to have some ugly expression to delete, so the space between every Chinese character, and then sometimes people just make typos. So for example, if you can read Chinese, so this is not really pretty. I have to admit, but yeah, I have to do this kind of things to survive. So you can see that in the last week's God Waken there was a typo a few times in the PDF, not just one times. So end up I need to add some kind of workaround to survive. Yeah, as you can see that I'm trying to break down the stuff by the PDF bookmark section. Yeah. So yeah, here is pretty much how I parse the PDF.
Any more questions? Is it one from the back?
Hey, hello. Yeah, I try to, but data cleansing is really boring. But if you are really interested, please contact me through the. Yeah, I think some people will be active in the Code for Hong Kong Facebook group, and then the GCOV project also have the Facebook page. That's my first. Yeah, that's the Facebook page. So if you're interested, you can contact me either from the email or GitHub or the Facebook. Yeah, both are welcome. Hey, hello. To be honest, I did not do much analysis because right now at this stage I want to produce more cleansed or good quality data first, so that I may not be the guy who is doing the data analysis, but instead I can share the data to other people who are interested in data analysis. That's what I'm trying to do. But if you talk about analysis, the first one would be the word cloud, which talk about what are the orphan words of the Legislative Council. Let me go to the Facebook page, which have been done like 2 years ago. But I won't call that that's really analysis. It's just some fancy visualization. Yeah, this one. So as you can see, the bigger words is the more often it is used. For example, there are many words. Yeah. Yeah. So I think you can better look at it after the presentation. Yeah. So for example, some frequent words like the 法定人數. Because the lawmaker are trying to filibuster, so they need to get in and get out of the meeting room. So that's why. And then for example, there are some big words and a little bit bigger, maybe the police enforcement, and then the Virginia Yip, and then the women trend. So yeah, things like that. So I won't call it this one is the analysis because it's just visualize the speech in a more fancy way. And then yeah.
I think that's all. Do you have any more questions from the floor? Yes, so this is the end of this session. There will be some refreshments outside, which you may exit from the doors at the back. And oh, it's a break. Yeah. So, well, we still call it a refreshment session,
like in the official seminar or conference way, right? So well, deep apologies, but then there's like a counter. You could purchase a t-shirt, which is about like $300, and a calendar, which is $50. Like outside of this lecture theatre, as a donation, of course. And we'll see you in a bit. The next session will start at 3:20. If you have any questions, please feel free to find our help list. Thank you.
多謝晒。有啊，但係咁細規模好難比。